Could you give at Marks with Mike's podcast a shout out? Shout out!
Hey, yo!
What a maneuver! Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Are you kidding me? The irresistible force meeting the
Yo, you already know who it is by the sound of my voice. That's right, 6'9". JT back in this piece once again, and of course, I'm with the co-host Peach. What's going on, Bobby?
Yo, back at it again. El Cheese en la Casa. You know what I'm saying? I'm from this little Expo Con, fans expo out there in downtown Cleveland. You know what I mean? Just repping for the brand. How y'all guys doing?
You know, per usual, laying in the cut like a band-aid. And of course, we're joined by the unofficial, official intern / co-host, Mr. Casanova. What's up?
Not a whole lot, guys. Just ready to get into this past week of wrestling.
Yeah, a lot of things to get into, man. Before we go ahead and hop inside that thing, make sure y'all do these couple things for us. First and foremost, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Whether it be on the Book of Faces, Twitter, IG, whether it be on Twitch, YouTube, all those podcast streaming apps, TikTok. It's the name of the show. Marks with Mike's is easy to spell because you already listening and are you tuning in. Hey, listen, we lost a couple people that we got to go ahead and shine some light on. First and foremost, go ahead and RIP. I want to say it marks, 10 years, 15 years? I could be off. But yeah, it is the anniversary of the passing of the Mac Daddy himself. Passed away in 2013. RIP Mac Daddy from the rap group Criss Cross. But moving on from there, we definitely got to go ahead and hop right into it, man. Listen, Monday Night Raw was a little bit mid, but at the same time, it did what it did, okay? We spoke about it. It's the 20th anniversary of Randy Orton. We had some people come out, you know what I'm saying? Like we had, I want to say that, it ended up with a segment or whatever, and we end up having Ezekiel, Elias's younger brother, show up. And, of course, that whole thing with him and Kevin Owens is hilarious. It's good.
I was going to say, do y'all notice it seems like Ezekiel is doing what they used to do to Elias when they used to interrupt him? Now it seems Ezekiel's interrupting everybody.
So they flipped the switch on him, basically. Yeah. I got you. They flipped the switch, which was
Stu
good.
Pickles in real life, man. Stu Pickles in real life.
Kind of. But I will say this though. I think the funny aspect of the whole ordeal is the fact that people are starting to actually like the gimmick. The fans are getting over with it. Not so much about the hardcore fans. And people that have been following it for a long time. But hey, I can rock with it just as long as we don't get no dumb ending to it all. But that's at least to say. I mean, I know we did have who was it? What was it? Corey Gray said, I ran into Elias at LA Fitness during my honeymoon, and the whole time, like, I'm listening to this cat. I'm like, really, dude? You did? You ran into him? But what do you think about the 6-man tag that ended up happening at the end of the night? I mean, you had You had RK Bro and Cody going up against Kevin Owens.
It was 4-on-4.
Oh yeah, it was 4-on-4. I'm missing somebody. My bad. It was Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins on the other side, along with
Usos
and the Usos. I apologize. So you had that going on, and you had RKO, and you had Cody, and you had Ezekiel on the other side, man. So we had an 8-man tag, and y'all know how I feel about more than 6 people inside the ring doing the tag match. It becomes a clusterfuck. But I will tell you, everyone got they stuff off in, as you should, doing a 6-man tag. And I think it was a good way to definitely send the crowd home happy. I don't know about you. What's your take on that, LG?
It's obvious that the fact that uh Mixter acknowledged him, Roman Reigns won't be defending that title anytime soon.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and we will know how the IC title is being treated. So they seem to be putting the tag team championships, you know what I mean, on both from both bands in the main event picture, and to kind of you know uh, make time till whenever plans that they have with Roman Reigns. So to me, it's just yeah, it's a little clusterfuck with all them people there. Yeah, they're getting shine. Um, I guess it's something different, but it just kind of takes away from it because you can see the shows have been surrounded on that.
Yeah, and it's been surrounded around the tag team division, and it's like the U.S. title and the IC title. I mean, don't get me wrong, we get a defense, but there's no main emphasis on it. There's no real contenders, I guess you could say, on definitely on the SmackDown side. But you look at the Raw side. I mean, right now Austin Theory holding it down or whatever. But yeah, you definitely are right about that. But we do. I mean, I gotta acknowledge this. Um, this Ezekiel Kevin Owens thing is hilarious to me because every single time Ezekiel opens up his mouth to tell people that he's Ezekiel, Kevin Owens is right on his ass like,
You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar.
but no, real talk. So I mean, coming out of Raw, I mean, we had a few hot moments from there. I mean, of course, you definitely did have more from Damian Priest, and of course, I guess they're going by Judgment Day. That's the name of the faction. Damian Priest going over Finn Balor. I guess he ended up changing his finishing move now since Cody's back, which I'm not mad at. That's usually what happens whenever the quote unquote bigger gun comes in, to the company. So I don't mind that. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the same move, no matter what you call it. But hey, new finisher. Hey, new year, new him, new character. Keep it rolling. I ain't mad at it. What else we had pop off? We had Sonya Deville going against Bianca Belair. Of course, Bianca Belair comes out on top, gets the W. I ain't mad at that.
Even after the constant restarts that they had because they didn't want count outs, didn't want no disqualification, so she switched the matchup a couple times just to try to see if she can get the upper hand. But as you said, it didn't end up working out her way.
No, not at all. I mean, I think more so everybody was talking about the slap after the match. You feel me? When Sonya Deville went up and slapped what's her face? I almost called her Sonya Deville, but
Zelina
Carmella.
Vega and Carmella.
Carmella, yeah. Yo, tell me those slaps that just sound like they sting just a little bit. I'm just saying, like, to me, wouldn't let that shit happen to me. Like, cut the script, show over with, cut these cameras off. We got to fight because she slapped the dog shit out of Carmella. I mean, I thought she got Zelina good. Carmella got it the worst.
Oh yeah, she got the taste slapped out of her mouth like Charlie Murphy said in that one episode. Man, after you slap somebody in the face as a duel, someone's got to go afterwards.
Yeah, somebody got to go after. They just can't just slap me in the face like that hard. Like, no, it ain't rocking like that. We had the arm wrestling match between Omos and Bobby Lashley, and I felt like I was watching Sylvester Stallone Over the Top. I mean, literally, I actually went to go watch the movie right after I watched Raw. Don't know why. Maybe because they had an arm wrestling segment. Bobby Lashley gets a W in the arm wrestling, but he don't win the war. Omos takes the table, the arm wrestling table that is, slams it on his arm in the chest multiple times, and you got Evil MVP, which I kind of like it. I mean, this is something that we predicted WrestleMania night when the moment we didn't see MVP, I said MVP is going to link up with Omos. It only makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that plenty of times, but I didn't see what was the point of that. Even though it's like WWE 101, you know what I'm saying? You put that kind of crap, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. I don't think it did anything for any of them. Um, to me, kind of took away from almost because yeah, Bobby Lashley's strong and yeah, he could beat him, but what the almost come out of that? You know what I mean? To me, it was just a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of damned if you do, damn if you don't. If Omos wins the arm wrestling contest, then Bobby Lashley looks weaker. If Bobby Lashley wins it, Omos looks weaker. You really can't have, Omos win it fair and square because Lashley got to react. So either way, you know, we were looking at a fuck situation. That's just what it was.
Yeah, but definitely, another thing that happened, we
Big
got some,
returns.
we had some returns, yeah, and one that it was so unfortunately already out there, you know what I'm saying, a possibility, but we haven't seen this guy in a while, Mustafa Ali, um, and they went right at his throat.
Aren't you the guy that took his ball and left? And then I like the fact that Mustafa Ali came back, right back at him. It's like, aren't you Vince's chosen one? What are you all muscles and no balls? It's like, oh shit. So I like it. I mean, but for all y'all people out there, free Ali, come to AEW. Oh, free him. He don't want to be there. Let him out his contract.
Wrong. Wrong.
Listen, as I said many times on this show before, money talk, bullshit walk a marathon. So not calling what he was going through BS, but at the same time, obviously they had to fix it and come to some agreement, or some type of understanding. He had to come up and, check him for a second. So I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. I'm glad he's back. I can't wait to see where these feuds are gonna go. I do like the fact that he did score the W over the Miz, to come out. So hopefully they push him in the U.S. title direction. I mean, after all the stuff he done been through, I think if anyone needs a real good push or someone someone to go ahead and be a contender for the U.S. title as a opponent to Austin Theory, make Ali one of
Yeah,
those guys.
yeah, they should have some good bangers. You know what I mean? He fit that profile with that kid. But moving to the other return, to some extent, it has some type of storyline you could say, but
Yeah.
they didn't follow up on that because as well we all know, that a year, Asuka won the Money in the Bank, right? And the next day, uh, Becky Lynch she gives her the belt. You know what I mean? Pretty much, which I thought that was whack. But she never lost the belt, right? So she's back, but she don't have the belt. Do you?
So yeah, we can't follow up on it.
Yeah, so it's just like okay, I know it was, like neuralizer, like we're supposed to forget what actually happened. So it didn't make no sense, but it's cool to see Asuka. But I wish they would have kind of gave her a different direction. She's still with the you ain't ready for Asuka shit.
I mean, there's been
Damn
rumors
that.
that there was rumors floating around that she was going to be back eventually anyway. So I kind of had an idea. I didn't think they were just going to bring her back out of nowhere without actually having some kind of like, storyline to it and some kind of magic for her to come back to. Not just like she got the title and now she just appears out of nowhere, like just like that. I mean, they gotta get with the program here and start doing something better when they're bringing people back out of nowhere because I mean, yeah, she's back and she talks, but exactly.
Nah, my thing is, I mean, what did you expect? I mean, I didn't expect the whole fanfare and the promo videos. I mean, it's a little bit too late for that. I think they spent all that budget on Veer. But what I am saying is, good damn all that. Did you hear the pop that she got?
Hmm.
Like that was a loud pop for Oscar, but loud in general. Like that was one of the loudest pops that night. I mean, besides Cody, that was like one of the loudest pops that night. So, you know, her and Oscar, I mean Oscar and I almost called her Bianca. No, Oscar and Belair feuding. Not Belair. Oscar and Becky. Can't get the damn words right today. Feuding is good. Maybe we get some type of battle between them, and the winner faces Bianca Belair, and we get Oscar going up against Bianca, which is a match I've always wanted to see. So run it. That's the way I feel about it. But no, Raw itself. I mean, like I said, it was kind of mid, but the returns definitely made up for everything. You move over to NXT, and damn all that. I was going to remember news, but let's get this out of the way now. Listen, let's go ahead and start off with the unfortunate news. So, unfortunate news, if you can pull up that slide, yes, we did have these releases. Did you want to go ahead and read out those names, L Cheech, real quick?
Mail. So according to Fightful, some stuff, we had Dakota Kai, Malcolm Bivens,
Mm.
Dexter Loomis, Harlan, Persia Priata, Draco Antoni, Sanjana George,
Mm.
Raylan Devine, Mila Malane, Paige Principali.
And some of these names we
Uh,
never even seen in a ring.
and some of them, unfortunately, we did not see, but they were in the system. The one that kind of shocked me the most was Dakota Kai, due to the fact that she has so much potential, and it seems when she was getting there, once she turned heel on Tegan Knox, remember that? That shit was
Mhm.
nuts. You know what I mean? But unfortunately,
Yes.
injuries. Seems like she's injury prone, I guess. Hathaway, I'm not too surprised because he's been there for 2 years and never been used right. So his contract was already up in February, so he decided not to sign. So it won't be too long. Let's say give it a 28 something days. He'll be
Mm-mm.
managing, and I'm gonna throw it out there. He's gonna be managing Jay Target.
Mm-mm. Well, I looked at all these releases when I saw them, and my reaction was simple.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
What?
Fuck! Fuck!
Man,
And I would have kept Persia Parada over Indy Hartwell. And that's where I'll leave it.
shit. Must be out your damn mind. I'm keeping Persia.
That's what I'm
And the,
saying. I
co-
would have kept
and
Persia
the-
over Indy at
I'm keeping
100%.
I'm keeping both of them, but the whole thing is for me, it's like, okay, Persia was just in the storyline 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, WrestleMania, just in the storyline. And then you had this whole thing about teaming up Dexter and teaming up Persia's boo. I forgot his name, whatever. But you teaming these guys up, and for them to go after the tag team titles, and then poof, you just go ahead and let them go.
Even though the Battle of the Boos, in my personal opinion, was kind of stupid. I mean, they did put something together. It felt like it was just thrown in there because they had nothing better to do.
Mhm.
But still, I mean, I wasn't down with the Battle of the Couples. I thought it was kind of stupid. I mean, there was really no point to that either. But to get rid of those women when the women's division on that show is already suffering, I mean, I think that was a bad move. But it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it's Durag Vince's money and it's his decision.
Well, I will tell you this.
According to reports, I think I took the words out of your mouth. Uh, Mr. John Laurinaitis been the one supposedly that he was behind some releases. You know what I mean? We'll think like, what do he have to do anything with that? But I guess somebody got to take the fall. You know what I mean? Like once one fellow said the other day, you got Brother Love, direct Vince, running the show. Uh, so they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like I said, Dexter Loomis is for some reason like he didn't picked up. You know what I mean? Like it seems like he was catching some steam. It was the booking was horrible. If you go back to Sam Shaw and still have them Dexter vibes, I think they could
Better.
do a lot, do justice.
Same
Yeah,
character.
He
yeah,
was he
pretty.
was killing it in Impact, man. When he was going of what was her name? Christy Hemme, man. When he was like stalking her on that show, I think he had a better character, but he was also like more of a kind of like a brick solid badass, man. Like he wasn't just losing to people and he wasn't being put in corny storylines. Like he actually had that American Psycho vibe to him. Norman Bates.
Listen,
Against
all
Psycho Killer Norman Bates.
hey, listen here, check out RP ODB. But I will tell you this: Tony Khan probably sitting there looking at all the releases and watching like,
Come on!
come on with AEW. I got it.
Only come with a Hennessy.
Crap.
Come on over.
Like he's ready, baby. He ready. You already know you're ready. Like you already called it. Chief. You say Stokely Hathaway's coming back, and he's gonna end up managing the Jade Cargill, which I wouldn't mind seeing that. But
It's only right.
it's only right. It's for the culture. Number one, you got to do it. Okay, you got to do it. Listen. So coming out of NXT, I mean, we had a few little highlights. Not a lot, but I will tell you this. Seeing this moment and not seeing Harlan there kind of let me know that Harlan was not going to be in the mix no more. And
Exactly.
that
I mean, looking back on it, yeah, you know what I mean.
No,
Was he there last week?
he was there the week before.
Last week he was there.
Yeah, the week before, not last week before.
That's what I'm saying. If he wasn't there last week, you know what I mean.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you also forgot the fact that Malcolm Bivens was like the manager for Diamond Mine. So does that mean Diamond Mine's done too? I mean,
Yes.
No, because look, remember they bought Roger Strong back last week, and he was
yeah,
talking.
none of them looked like they were too fond of him coming back out of nowhere, and he was the one that was losing matches, and everybody else is looking at him like we won, like the Creed brothers. So like, what do you got over us type deal? Like they were looking down at him like he was nobody because they're winning matches and he's losing matches. So
But
you see what I'm
they
saying?
ain't grabbing no gold though. They ain't grabbing no gold. He the only person in the squad to touch gold.
And how long does that stable been running?
That stable's been running
A couple months
almost
maybe,
over that.
at least a month,
I mean,
2-3
no,
months.
half a year, like
Half a
5-6 months. Okay, and like I said, Stokely been in the system for how long? So now you're just gonna give him like this boot garbage ass fucking stable. You know what I mean? That ain't had no. You know what I mean? Like the little girl. You know what I mean? The young girl. I forgot her name.
Ivy
You know
Nile.
she looked like, oh shit, she looked a little promising, but
She don't need nobody to manage her. I mean, if
they
anything,
just
like you said,
spent.
it
No,
would
she
make more
needs
sense.
somebody to manage it because we don't need to talk. She don't need to talk. That's the thing. That would be the mistake. Just keep her like that. Shayna Baszler don't need to talk. She shouldn't have
But
me talking.
But as much sense as it would make to see him manage Jade Cargill, I mean, I think it'd be kind of sweet to see him manage Adam Cole, UE, Red Dragon, whatever the fuck you want to call him. That'd be kind of interesting, though, to put him in straight into a heel stable of men instead of just straight up with one woman. Even though she's got like a crew behind her now, the baddies. I mean, I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind seeing him with like what now is the young fuckery club, whatever you want to call it, UE, Young Bucks, whatever. I mean,
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No.
Adam Cole can talk, man, but Malcolm Bivens is more, or Hathaway, whatever you want to call him, he's more witty.
Yeah, he's witty, but he don't fit
don't fit the mold,
you know what I mean? He don't fit the mold with the undisputed elite. You know what I mean?
But one guy centered around a
just-
bunch of women now because the baddies joined up with Cargill. I mean, you don't really need him with that either. There's more women over there.
No, you're not seeing the picture. We need somebody that could relate. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody who could relate. We can't have, even though it makes like that, but this type what is it, Sterling or whatever. He can't relate. He can't relate to them. You feel me? That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
Like
Culture wise.
culture wise, no, 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 no.
Nah, it just don't fit. And you have somebody like that that will fit. Makes perfect sense. You know,
Like
push the
that's almost like taking. It's almost like try to take a hamburger and trying to put that on tortilla and calling it a hamburger. Like that's not it. That's not it. Like hamburger is a bun. You don't put a
I
tortilla.
get what you're saying though, but I don't think it matters what you look like as long as you're skilled on a microphone and you know how to
It's not even
manage.
that. It's not even that.
You're not
It's just
seeing it. You're not seeing it,
nah.
Mike. Nah.
I think Jake
No.
can do fine on her own without a manager. Personally, I don't even think that Sterling dude needs to even be there. He's been just filling up space. That's it. He just basically reads whatever he
Exactly.
needs to read, and he's a waste of space. But I don't think she
Exactly.
needs a manager. She can
No,
talk
she
shit good on
do.
her own.
Yeah,
No.
she could talk shit, but she still needs somebody to kind of like make that business side. Like they said, like Kanye said, you know what I mean? We don't need no manager. We need a CEO because we're a walking business. You know what I mean? Stokely come on some. I'm gonna see. You know what I'm saying? On some business. You know what I mean? He could relate. You know, even though Starling, but Starling is more like a lawyer,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
which
Yeah,
he'll
yeah.
fit the. But to me, it just don't. You know what I mean?
It don't
It just
fit.
don't. It don't go. You know what I mean? When you have somebody like of that caliber
It's
out
just a
there.
Right.
spot filler. All he is a spot filler. He's just there to stand there and make her look good, even
Yeah,
though he really ain't looking good himself. But
he's a spot filler, but at the same time, like I said, you trying to force that like Stokely with UE. Stokely didn't even really it worked, but it didn't work with Diamond Mine. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like the only interesting thing about Diamond Mine was Stokely for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the person speaking. He was the mouthpiece. He was the people that tuned in to see. Once Roger Strong left, then it was just okay. Let's try to get these the Creed brothers over. Okay, the Creed brothers got over from the wrestling, but the attention for the Creed brothers all came from Stokely being on that mic. If they didn't have a Stokely being on that microphone, then I don't think they would be even relevant. They could be good wrestlers, but I don't think they'll be relevant.
and clearly,
But
after all the work they put in, they just basically got nothing out of it. Those whatever those dudes are called. What's their names again? The dudes from NXT UK, the Pretty Boy dudes or whatever they're called. Pretty
no,
Deadly, I think. Yeah, I mean they pretty much got everything, and they just showed up like one day. So it's like
that's
that
kind of
faction's
like
done.
I don't know. Could be done. We'll see about that. But far
On to
as
the next
far
one.
far as NXT goes, I mean NXT was mid in my opinion.
But to be honest, I like Joe Gacy, even though I kind of like the Harlan, duet they had going. But I do like Joe Gacy character, and to be somebody to give like a heel for Braun. You know what I mean? I think it could be good because Gacy could go. He's a good, he could good wrestler. But yeah, and also NXT going back. They started hot. You know what I'm saying? You you got to see some females. You know what I'm saying? Going at it. Uh, what up, man? I'm looking for something here. Where is it? What's up, man? Took it off. Anyway,
Wow,
oh no, never mind. They started the show hot with some big meaty woman slapping me.
that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
It's
yeah. We
about
got
time.
who was it? Nikita against uh Lash.
Last last
Yeah,
legend.
yeah. Again, and then you had a running or whatever. So it seems that you got Nikita and what's the name? Doja Cat? No,
Nah,
that's not Doja Cat.
Lash
What's her
Legend
name?
and then Lash Legend and then
No,
Natalia
no.
ran in.
Well, who's the one that came in to save Nikita?
Cora Jade came
Corey
in to
J.
back
I
her up.
thought
So
it
now there's going to be probably like
was
another
Doja Cat.
tag team match.
Yeah, but definitely this. Mm-hmm. Sign me up.
yeah, I'm all for it. to be honest. Anything that Nikita Lyons, aka Thicky the Wagon Creamboat, is involved in, I will be 100% involved inside the product. So you can put. Did you even see last week? There was like welcome to NXT, and they do like this pan up of her body, like
Oh yes,
like
I've
they're
been I've been
definitely.
following her. I've been following her Instagram very closely. Just saying.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be doing something big with it. So no pun intended at all. But we also did have coming out of there. We had we had El Legado de Fantasma pick up the W. You had
It's
Solo.
about time, but is it too late? Is what I want to know.
Nah, they ain't too late. I mean, it's not going to be too late until they get released. Knock on wood. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. But you had that happen. You had Solo Sokola finally redeeming himself from the last few weeks of not picking up a W. You had, of course, the War Raiders, aka War Machine, aka the Viking Raiders, return back to NXT, pick up a W. I thought, this week was like the week of return as far as, it goes for Raw and NXT, which I ain't mad at it. Like, keep that type of energy going. Keep all that going, and I'm going to keep rocking with it. But I tell you one thing I was rocking with AEW this past week. I think
Yeah.
AEW definitely definitely did something nice. This past week, we got the announcement for next Wednesday. Of course, you got Deanna Peraza going up against Mercedes Martinez to go ahead and finally have one women's champion for ROH. So,
I'm actually
I,
excited about this one, to be honest, man, because like Mercedes Martinez, she's been in the business for quite a while now, and at times I feel like she's not getting enough like spotlight or love from people. So I think this is going to be a good match for her. I'm kind of not sure which way it's going to go because honestly, it could go either way because they're both top tier women in the companies that they represent. Mercedes Martinez has been all over the Indies. She's been an Impact. I mean, she was even on NXT at one point. So I mean, like I said, this is going to be a pretty dope match.
yeah, I can't wait to see them actually pull this off. But this is good that Impact let Deanna Praza go over and play with the kids over there at AW. It's the first time any female from Impact will be gracing AW's television. Matter of fact, this is the first time, minus the Good Brothers, because I mean, let's be honest, I'm not going to count them. Outside of the Good Brothers, this is the only star to premiere on AEW television. Think about that. The only star. Remember, you had that whole year when you had Kenny as a champion, and you had the feud between him and Rich Swann. Rich Swann was the champion, never made an appearance on AEW Dynamite, never stepped foot inside the ring inside AEW. But the trendsetter, Deanna Purrazzo, the virtuoso, will be the one. Yo, shout out to Side Note Suplex in the house. Make sure y'all definitely follow them, especially on social media, IG, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. Pick up on, of course, the YouTube channel. Make sure you watch them there. They have very, very good content. All right. This is no cap, no bullshit. If you want to see some good content, make sure you definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe there for Side Note Suplex. Uh,
Well, you did
but
mention Kenny Omega though, so you know what that means. Fuck that guy.
uh, but this is something I can't wait to see. Cheech. So I just put up the graphic. I know you stepped away for a half a second, but this match next Wednesday, or should I say this Wednesday, coming up, because they announced it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, that was the end game. I didn't think they were gonna do it, you know, this soon because it was like no type of storyline on TV. Kind of showing us what what was going to end up. You know what I'm saying? Like no type of like storyline why it happened, why was the interim, and none of that. You know what I mean? It's just if you know, you know. You know what I mean? That was the only, let's say, disconnection for me. But
Mhm.
we well know uh, Martinez. You know what I mean? Her career that she's finally getting her due. You know what I mean? And Diana Parasso, she's making the rounds. She was just in Mexico yesterday, as of this recording. In Triple Mania, and she's doing the damn thing. If Diana Parasso is gonna stay with the belt, you know what I mean, and represent ROH, and that's the way. Because we've been thinking about Diana Parasso popping up in AEW for a long time. But it seems like, damn, why it took this long to actually happen? You know what I mean? But I like it.
I,
I like it.
I also don't think there's much for her to do an Impact anymore since Taya is back, and Taya, is back on top of the women's division. I mean, you still got Tasha Steelz there, so I think there's going to be a clash between those two very soon.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say Ty is on top of the women's division because she won the AAA women's championship. I wouldn't say
I mean,
that.
but she was the face of that women's division for a long time, and her to come back from,
She had
being
one
released
match.
from, that's all it takes with her. I mean, she's got like credentials from all over the world. Like she's one of the best women's wrestlers in my opinion because she's been everywhere.
Yeah, but she's only had one match. So what makes her at the top of the division?
Because I guarantee she's probably going to take that belt from Tasha Steelz next. Just watch.
Who?
Taya.
Oh, Taya. Well, Taya got the AAA one, right? The
I
Rey de
know, but that's what I'm
Reinas.
saying. I know.
But
I think she's going to take out Tasha Steelz next, just because she's there. Because she
yeah,
was always like one of the favorites of the women's division. I think she's going to be the next one to take that off of Tasha Steelz pretty soon.
yo, check them out. Clark Street Wrestling. Shout out.
Yo, shout out to Claus Street, man. We still got a link up. We're gonna make it happen though, dog. We're gonna make it happen. Make sure y'all following and subscribing to the homies out of the representing the chat. But make sure y'all definitely follow. If y'all want some good content as well, this is another one of the people, one of the people inside the family, inside the circle. Make sure y'all follow them on IG, Twitter, all of that, all of that. Make sure y'all follow the homies over there. But back to you, Michelangelo. So you think that Taya is going to take the belt off of Tasha Steelz?
Yeah, I don't
Not
see
right
it.
now, but I think it's going to happen eventually.
Hey, how you know?
Yo, is that the new member of the family over there?
Oh yeah, check it out. Say hello. This is Luna with all
Hey,
capitals.
all caps on the name. All caps on the name.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't know. I don't think I don't want it to happen. But I do understand that this would be a good feud. I mean, to have, but I need to have Tasha Steelz as the Impact Knockout Women's Champion for as long as possible because they done they done a good job with her. I mean, you got to think Tasha Steelz has been with Impact for a year plus. I want to say it's been almost a year plus. I could be a little bit off, but this is what you call a build. At first, it started out kind of shaky. And then they went ahead and put those knockout tag team championships on her and Kira Hogan. And then, they gave her some time by herself. And then, poof, here she is
Damn,
right now
man.
at the top of the division. So that I think personally, like this is going to be a good fit, but I don't know about so far as, you know, off the top of the rack, Taya coming through just snatching the title. But Deanna
Well,
being done,
yeah, I didn't say right now. I said eventually. I think they're gonna build a feud between them, and she's gonna take it, but not right now.
no. If anything, let that happen 6 months from now or some shit like that. I need some type of legitimate reign. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of time behind the actions. But
Back to
I am
AEW.
back to AEW. But I am going to say this though. I don't think Deanna Peraza is leaving a Impact.
No.
Not so soon. I mean, it's still more for her to do.
They don't have
But
anybody else in there though.
I mean, they got people coming in. They got people coming in because a lot of those people work on per appearance deals. So you got to look at that as well. But we did have a lot go on. I mean, you had this go on. You had versus Dax versus Cash. You had FTR versus FTR. The fact that both of these cats came down to the ring, one entrance, right? One entrance. They didn't do any separate entrances. They came down as a tag team, and those guys put on a classic match. I mean, they showed that we tag team wrestlers, but we're just as good as singles competitors. And this is nothing that we haven't seen before. Inside. I mean, but we never seen these two go 1-on-1 against each other. So that was the first.
What was the point?
To advance in the Owen Cup.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's just, to me, just the fact that, that we needed to see them. We know they could wrestle, you know what I mean? But there was no storyline. It's just it seems like for their own validation, you know what I mean? Wrestle. We well know how they feel about Bret Hart, how about Owen Hart, of course, you know what I mean? Perhaps the only person that ever faced Owen Hart was Jeff Hardy, you know what I'm saying? That's in that tournament or whatever. It was a good match. Don't get me wrong, but there was once again, no type of storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not saying it didn't do it for me, but it just didn't. Well, I didn't see no purpose for them to have that match.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. It was a good match. And we got Dax advancing, but there was no point, no reason, no purpose. But then again, going back to what you put up there, I mean, real talk, who booked this? But the match itself was good. I am not going to say that it wasn't. It was definitely something that we definitely need to see. Yo, who's this inside the house? Who's this? Hey, yo, what's going on?
Yo,
Medium Daddy Cool all the way out there in Puerto Rico. The homie, what's going on, Andy? But let's see what Clark Street has to say. That match was fire, shades of Owen and Bret Hart, but that's for a hardcore niche, and he is right.
definitely. They were. If you go see, you know what I mean, the matches. It was, you know what I mean, from matches that they had with 1 through 3 Kid, different parts of both Bret Hart and Owen, and Bret Hart versus Owen, and a little homage, and it was well done. But the storyline now, what, you know what I'm saying? It's just they face the other one, keep going, but they're a tag team, you know what I mean? So
It just made more sense that he was going to win anyway because he's like the mouthpiece for the tag team, and not to mention bald guys are awesome. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I don't know, but definitely the match was banger.
It was a banger, but no, we had that going on. We had the Undisputed Elite going up against Dante Martin, Varsity Blondes, Lee Johnson, and Brock Anderson. Of course, we already know how that came out, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're doing Dragon Ball Z poses.
Is that Dragon Ball Z?
Well, if you ever notice how the Young Bucks pose, one's doing the muscles to the one side, doing to the other. Like, there was something that what was it, Gohan and Trunks did when they were about to, yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about the fusion.
Yeah, that's kind of like one of their poses. I've seen it before.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Yo, El Cheech, when you were out there,
That's what he said.
What'd he say? You know me, I'm just what?
Here to shit on Jade.
Hey, man. Hey.
Damn.
There will be no Jade slander at all. Okay, you might as well cut that shit short. But no, we had we also had coming out of that night. We We had Serena Deeb going up against Sakura Shida, and looks like Deeb may be the next person in line for the AEW Women's Championship.
But did you see the pictures of her face afterwards, man? Like her face was all swollen and shit, man. It was like
I see her face.
Like somebody took a baseball bat to her freaking socket.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Correction. It was the Ginyu Force. And
okay. I still said Dragon Ball Z though, so it's in there.
Well, technically it was
My
Dragon
bad.
Ball Z, but you know. But I will say this though. When it does come down to that women's division, it is getting better. It's just they don't get enough time. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the week. As far as on television.
Hold on. What you mean it's getting better?
It's getting better with the matches they put in forth with the top women. You know what I'm saying?
And who was that match that we were just talking about?
Serena Deeb.
Against who?
Shida.
How many times did they fought?
11 times.
Too many.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just dumb. They show them dumb, but that woman division suck. That woman division is trash. Basura. You know what I mean? They haven't been.
I wouldn't go that far, but it.
We going that far.
But that's what I'm saying. You got all these other women that look like models.
Thunder Rosa is the champion, right? Next thing you know, who's the first person that they show to challenge for the belt? Nyla fucking Rose. Nyla Rose. She's been there since the beginning. You know what I mean? And she had the belt, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, for what? It didn't do nothing. So you're gonna put her again?
These other women that look like models and shit, like Jungle Boy's.
But they can't wrestle.
I know that. Anna Jay, and then you got
wrestle.
Then the other blonde that was with what the fuck was his name? Casey, Kip, whatever the fuck his name was, and then he disappeared. Priscilla something, whatever her name is, I don't even remember. But she's another blonde that needs more training to wrestle so they could have a bigger division instead of standing outside as a manager.
Well, Penelope, you know, to me,
Penelope.
out of all of them, she had more experience because she was doing the indies and stuff, and you know she did All In and all that. She looked good. It's just the booking, you know, the way that whoever's booking that woman division don't know what the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? And that match, do we really need to see that match again? You know what I mean? Serena Deeb been whooping her ass. You know what I mean? And yeah, I would like to see Deeb as a champion. You know what I mean? Because she's been the professor. You know what I mean? Showing all the girls. So she should join the Blackpool Combat Club. You know what I mean? Because she's been whooping ass. And bring in Miro. And bring Miro.
To everything that's good left in wrestling, that they book Kira Hogan right, because she's already been in the championship, you know, part of her life and Impact and stuff like that. Had a tag.
Unfortunately, she's what is it?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
You know what I mean? She's just there. She's a backup. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, she just doesn't do it. You know what I mean?
I know they're using her like one of the temptations, but it doesn't matter, man. They need to book her right because she's got skills. Like she's actually a great wrestler.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just that's what I'm saying. The booking. You know what I mean? The booking, it sucks.
So you're saying Jay Cargill's David Ruffin then?
Jay Cargill is just, you know what I mean? The flavor of the month. You know?
That's a very good flavor though.
That's pretty much it right now. Keep it in a buck.
She's got a lot more flavor than juicy fruit gum though. Come on now. You got to give her something like that.
Oh, yeah. Give her that. But, you know, I don't watch wrestling for that. I watch wrestling for their talent. And, you know, she got a lot of work.
I watch it for both. I really do.
Yeah, but once again, who booked this crap? But moving along.
So what about our man Wardlow from Cleveland, Ohio?
Another booking that don't make no fucking sense.
None at all.
Yeah, come on, Lance Archer.
Let me get this straight. So you trying to get me to go ahead and really think that this match is supposed to be the end all, the be all? You got two big meaty men slapping meat right there in the middle of the ring. Lance Archer, Warlow. You got one monster that's been, I don't know, demonsterized because you didn't properly push him. He didn't get a chance to really. You haven't built a successful monster. AEW's been around what in three years now. You name me one successful monster out of that company. Go ahead. No one's over as a monster. Not even Warlow right now. So him beating Lance Archer does nothing for me. It does nothing for him. I mean, I don't see how you fumble the bag with Lance Archer with a Jake the Snake inside his corner. I don't see how you do that. I don't see how you fumble the bag with Warlow. I mean, yes, Warlow did go over. Yes, he did. Okay, he went over. That's what. That's something that I think everyone expected to happen. But you know, what I'm saying later on that night, you had MJF who had his reaction to the W, and he said something like this.
MJF and Sean Spears. MJF, you seem shockingly calm considering we just witnessed Wardlow defeat Lance Archer.
Well, that's because, Lindsay, I got a plan.
It's Lexi.
Oh my God, it's Lexi. I had no idea. Oh my God, sweetheart, I am so sorry.
Okay.
Get out of my frame!
Yo,
You're going to be going up against a man who is smarter than you, who is stronger than you, and who is taller than you. And you can't teach that.
Yo,
Medium Daddy Cool says Miro was the closest thing to a monster. I like to call them true heavyweights. But I beg to differ. Brian Cage is a fucking beast. But they did him dirty. 100%.
yeah, they did him dirty, but he let him do it. You know,
Fuck these kids.
exactly. Thank you, because you know damn well I was looking for the button. You know I was looking for it. But the thing is with that though, like okay, so they're gonna bring over Big Cass next week on Dynamite. Once again, the second wrestler to touch feet inside an AEW ring on AEW television. Okay, the first one is going to be Deanna Purrazzo. Never mind the fact that you had Rich Swann feud with Kenny Omega last year, and he never touched foot inside of the ring, but that's another story. Big Cass to AEW. How do you feel about that? Peach, talk to me.
Well, I think he's working on a handshake as of now. I think he hasn't resigned, so I don't know if this is like a tryout, you could say. You know what I mean? Because Impact do their taping, a few shows in advance, So I believe wasn't it at Rebellion that he came out with Jordan Grace?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think he came out on Thursday. I could be wrong if he did. I don't remember. But yeah, it's great for him, because he's been his stock been growing up, and I'm pretty sure that's not, he's trying it, but most likely where he wants to go back is go back to the Fed, you know what I mean? But I'm happy, you know what I mean, for him. It's kind of dope when he said that you can't teach that, so people say, "Oh, so the swerve and it'll be Enzo." You know what I mean? No, it's gonna be Morrissey, right? I had somebody that had a problem, and I'm gonna put it right here. Mr. Medium Daddy Cool, he feels weird because he's a baby face in Impact, and he bringing him in as a heel, right? But yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking
Because first of all, you know what I mean, he's doing it for money, right? He's doing it for money, so it's not really like, oh, I'm a face or whatever, you know what I mean? Like he just pretty much doing it to hire, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure at the end they probably standing next to each other. You know what I mean? I don't see too much of a disconnection there, even though there's disconnection on the show, all through the show. But
Yeah,
I just
I
see it
mean,
that it's just money. You know what I mean? He's coming to get the bag. You know what I mean?
clearly they weren't going to book him as a champion on Impact because the thing with Moose and him happened and that, fizzled out. And now, Josh Alexander's the man on Impact. So, he has to do something to make his money. So he's going to, wherever
Yeah.
they put him on Impact, I just hope they book him right.
It's not gonna fly because you gotta be signed. They're not gonna put a belt on somebody that's not signed.
He's just going to be like an independent contractor. He's going to go wherever the money talks. So,
Exactly. He got his stack up. You know what I mean? He got his stack up, and he looked great. You know, like a monster. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. But that's another book in this kind of like who's gonna take the L. You know what I mean? So Morrissey's coming in to get that money and take the L.
Pretty much. Come get this money and get this L at the same time. He got a 2-for-1 special, so I'm all for it. Sometimes you need to go ahead and just do it, right? Uh, Also coming on from that whole entire card, I think we pretty much touched on everything. We did have a little segment, with a little fireball thing, which every time,
flash paper.
yeah, the every time I see a fireball, I think of the worst one ever, which was Hogan and Ultimate Warrior in WCW. So it really does nothing for me, no matter who does it. It's just stuck and implanted inside my brain. So anytime I see it, it just does nothing. I want to say that we also predicted this. Uh, we predicted that Ray Phoenix was going to come back. So we got Death Triangle back together, make up the breakup. That's all they do. You don't know if they're going to be a couple one week or, be broken up the next week. You don't know who on whose side, who they clicked up with, but it looked like the family's all back together. Me personally, get rid of Neville and just keep it Phoenix and Pentagon.
The Lucha Bros, 100%.
Yeah.
Not even to me.
Neville don't even belong in there with them.
I don't even want that. I want them all go their own separate ways.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
solo.
Oh, they need to go solo because even Pentagon and Phoenix, to be honest, they should be holding all belts everywhere. And the way they're being booked, you know what I mean? Just, keep Phoenix face and put Pentagon, you know what I mean, as a heel.
Either way, though, man, those guys are going to be welcome in any company they go to because they got their name out there in AAA. So I guarantee they could come and go as they please over there too. So
Now, there's not many companies that will take them, you know what I mean? They won't be in WWE. You'll see them AEW, you know what
but
I mean?
imagine if they did show up in WWE for one stint just to boost some ratings.
Yeah. I don't, a lot of crazy shit happened, but I don't know. But I wonder what
Who
he.
gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks at a time like this, nigga? This is ridiculous.
Real talk though, I will say this: Dynamite was solid. Dynamite had a solid show with a bunch of bookings that made no sense, but it was a solid show. It was solid for entertainment. Like if you're looking for something to make you go ooh ah and a pop here or there, yeah. But not a lot of direction, but definitely a lot of moments that made you say, hmm. Uh, Moving on from there, the Briscoes made their Impact Wrestling debut, which everyone was happy about. Gotta definitely send our prayers out to the Briscoes. I think they had to pull out of the GCW show, and over the weekend, I want to say I'm not sure which one of the brothers. I can't remember the headline, but I know one of them. The old lady's pregnant or something like that. So sending our prayers out. Hopefully everything goes well.
But they are also the number one contenders for the Impact Tag Team Champions, though. Championships.
Yeah, that part too. But definitely send our prayers out to them. Also on Impact, you had this meeting of the minds right here. So is this the next challenge for Josh Alexander? What you think?
Yes, it is.
You think so?
Yeah, the next premium pay per view, whatever the fuck they call it. He'll be facing him. I guess for them purists, you know what I mean, they like it. To me, I could keep, care three fucks about Ishii. Um, I guess he's just, there, he's doing the rounds. Um, so I guess it's another test for Josh Alexander, what I mean, to, polish himself up, but it didn't move the needle for me.
I mean, it is what it is. Tech, like, just to be honest, I mean, I think they're just bringing people up to him to like check off on a list, like his own like wrestling hit list. Like he's just taking all these people out just to say that he did this and did that. I mean, he took out Moose, and granted, I wasn't happy about that, but I think that's where they're going with his character, though. I think they're just bringing him all these talents from like everywhere just so he could say he beat him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mr. Medium Daddy Cool recently got acclimated to Mr. Speedball, Mike Bailey. Uh, for a lot of people that know, you know, he's been doing the runs for a while. I believe he has some visa problems. You know what I mean? I think he's still dating Vita Scott. They're together. But yeah, that dude, he's there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And he's a beast. You know what I mean? And he's been doing it for years. You know what I mean? West Western Yeah, man. But yeah, Mike Bailey definitely a good talent. And now you got Ace Austin. Running the belt. By the way, shout out to for uh for Ace Austin about to be in the G1. You
Yeah.
know, repping him and Willer Yuta also. You know, so shout out to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two top talents right there, man. Like they're gonna go a long way in the wrestling business.
Also, just leaving from there, I mean, I kind of feel like we should just flip back to AEW and finish it off with SmackDown because it really wasn't a lot for SmackDown.
Yeah.
But let's go back to AEW with this Rampage, man. So Rampage had a couple big hitters. Let's go and throw it out there. We had Samoa Joe defending the RH Championship against Trent. And we know how that went. Samoa Joe's still the ROH television champion. I mean, no one watching that match thought he had a chance, okay? But the one thing that we did forget to talk about from AEW Dynamite, which brought me back here to this point, was the fact that two-time AEW TNT champion Scorpio Sky. Okay.
But that happened. We all over the place, brother. That was on Dynamite. That was the main event on Dynamite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we skipped the main event and then we went right into the Impact. But
come on.
We forgot to mention that. So when you talk about ladder matches, right? You had the ladder match between Cody and Sammy, and then the ladder match between Sammy and Scorpio Sky. Got a lot of people out there in IWC saying that this match was ass compared to Cody versus Sammy. Now, I was there at Beach Break. That match hit. Okay. This one, it was good, but I could have did without all the extra shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, this one kind of fell short a little bit, but I wouldn't say it was complete, trash. I mean, it was a good match, but it wasn't as good as, Cody and Sammy at Beach Break.
That's what I'm saying. What you think, L Cheech?
You got that. Well, the match. Let's keep it 100. AEW is just throwing all the gimmick matches down the drain. There's a gimmick match every week. There's a ladder match. Why did it have to be a ladder match in the first place? You know what I mean? Yeah, you had a match, and then it's for the TNT title on TBS. Yes, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man, get it together. And to me, it didn't do much for me. And there was this, botch that made a botch. You know what I mean? He's about climbing, and next, he decides to do this cool move. Because a lot of people don't know. I've been, following them. There was a company out there at one point called Wrestle Circus. That's how I got acclimated to Scorpio Sky. And that was way before he joined SCU. And him and Sammy were the flavors out there, and they seen each other, so they know each other. But the element of the ladder, it just killed it for me. You know what I mean? I didn't think there was no need for another gimmick match. Didn't we had a gimmick match between Sheeta and like, God damn, like what the fuck? You
They
know what
just
I
keep
mean?
reusing everything, and that's why I said there's no magic behind it anymore when you keep doing the same shit over and over again. It's like someone's got to come up with something different already because there's only so many times you can do a cage match before it gets stale. There's only so many times you can do a ladder match before it gets stale. Same thing with table matches, fucking briefcase on a pole match, whatever you want to call it. You guys got to like space the shit out. You can't keep doing the stuff like back to back, and that's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Ain't what it feel like. That's what they're showing you. That's just what it is. But that match hit, and we mentioned Samoa Joe already. Then we had the 3-on-3 match. No, we
What,
had
the baddies? Was it the baddies?
yeah, boy, the baddies going against Willow Nightmare, uh,
Oh,
Trish Adora.
you see, you see, a lot of people will say, "What you thought? What was your take?" I'm gonna ask you, JT. What was your take on seeing Trish Adora, friend of the show, pretty much
Shout out.
being the one making everybody else look great by taking all their moves? Do you think she was being buried?
Okay, so the people out there in the internet wrestling world, as soon as someone takes a pin or catches a L, oh my God, they're buried. Why would you do this? Oh, this is not how you would do this. This is not the way it's supposed. If this was WWE, listen, let me tell you something.
Philip, please get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Listen,
Oh,
the
damn.
fact that Trish took everyone's finisher and made everyone look good only tells me that they think highly of her.
Thank you. That's why,
And
like,
she's
that's the way I
talented.
saw it. That's why I saw it. You know what I mean? That's the way I see. Like, okay, they actually believe in her for her to make them look good. And that's a lot of things that I didn't. A lot
Trish
of people didn't see it.
Adora about to be
Look at that,
jaded. Looks like
Jada. Look
it's
at that.
31-0, gentlemen.
31-0. Who's keeping count anyway? But hey, that's what they want to run with. The Goldberg Mystique. It was cool, but it just um like slowly burning down. You got they gave her a stable, right? They got the baddies or whatever. But Trisha
Who not a
Dora,
fresh
shout
one?
out to her.
Who that ass fat? Might as well throw it back. Who that ass fat? Might as well throw it back. Who that ass fat? Might as well throw it back. Throw that ass back, bitch.
Okay, listen. You got the baddies. you got you got the baddies on AEW, which I'm not mad about at all. I'm not mad about it though because
At least it's a stable of women instead of guys this fucking time.
yeah, I mean it's the first stable full of women. I mean, if you want to count, well, no, Britt Baker didn't have a stable.
Nah. Them were just like lackeys to her, basically. I mean, I wouldn't count that as stable.
But
You know what I'm saying?
But then again, wouldn't this be the same situation?
Oh man, I don't know. It's hard to say right now because it's just fresh. But as for Trish Adora, I mean, I think she looked great, and no, she was not buried. She did a great job. She performed well as she's supposed to do. I mean, this is her deal. This is what she does. She's trying to make her name in this company. I don't know if she signed a deal. I don't know what's going
She
on with her,
signed
but
with Ring of Honor.
Okay.
That's what her deal is at
Well,
now.
technically, she signed with Tony Khan, so she's going to be appearing on both.
Well, we'll see what happens. But far as Trish Adora, Kara Hogan, and
Hats off to you, ladies.
and Red Velvet. Listen, those three right there. Yes. There's no women tag team championship, so there's no point with that. There's no women's tag team championship, so basically, it's just two other women watching Jade's back. Basically, which does she need anyone to watch her back? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Oh my gosh! I just read what you said. Medium Daddy Cool. Was that about?
What we talking about right now?
The women's match.
Yeah, that woman, that fatty shit or whatever. That shit is trash. I don't give a fuck.
You must be out your goddamn mind.
No, man. I'm keeping it 100. That is trash. They waste, man. Who booked this crap? It suck. I don't like it. Kara Hogan, like I said, she's a backup singer. She's never gonna be the one. I'm sorry. She has her
You trying to say that her and Red Velvet are like the Supremes and Diana Ross is Jade over there? Like the other two in the bag don't matter?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not even comparing to none of them. They just don't matter. Period.
Fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next?
Okay, this Jade slander.
Can't take it, man.
This is right here. The 24 different women featuring a 2-hour show right here. The women's breakout tournament now. This is what you call right here. This is right there. That's some meat right there.
And that's probably the only time the women are going to get that much shine ever on one show is with that when that happens. That's it. After that, it's just going to be done in maybe one match, and that's it.
What are you talking about, man?
I'm saying with what you just shown, that's probably going to be the most amount of time that any of those women are going to get on one show is when they do that.
On NXT?
Yeah, just like when NWA did that whole women's pay-per-view. That was like the only time that they got that much shine in one show. I'm here to see people whoop ass at Diva Shit is for the Attitude Era. Straight heel mode tonight, man. Straight heel mode.
Yeah. But yeah, like definitely, I guess they give them something to do, but it's just not. To me, it's not clicking for me. You know what I mean? They're just not clicking. Yeah, I guess they're sisters. You know what I mean? They look good, but bro, keep it 100. Velvet. What? How the fuck is she still on TV?
Damn.
How?
Because there's not much else of a women's division. That's what I was trying to say before.
No,
there's nobody else that much. I mean, besides for.
I would like to have somebody have a justification and have some type of base and fundamentals to explain to me the reason that we still see Red Velvet. That's her name?
Yeah, but that's because she's one of the ones that's always on TV. Like, they don't really book anybody else like they book her.
Why? That's what I'm saying. Can somebody explain to me?
You got Thunder Rosa, you got Red Velvet, you got Jade as a champion, then you got who else is there? Hikaru Shida, then you got Serena Deeb. So I mean, they only book a certain amount of women, and that's it. They don't really have that much to choose from. So that's why Red Velvet's still there. Until they bring in somebody. Until they bring in somebody else, this is what we're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah,
facts, man. Facts.
Yeah,
until they bring in somebody else, that's what we're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, what's this? Man. Oh yeah, moving along, man. Is there anything else on Rampage?
I mean, besides the fact that you got the teasing of a Hook and Danhausen tag team, they're calling it Hookhausen. Listen, I don't think anybody that I know thought to themselves, damn, these guys will make a good tag team. But me personally,
Hated it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I would show you, even though it's not Rampage, but another girl that, she's in AEW, and it seems to people don't like her. She was actually real quick. She was on AAA yesterday, and this is what happens to her. And I think a lot of people want to see this happen to her.
Play to Johnny. Ty Johnny just got her. Those lips won't be kissing anything for a while.
Isn't that where didn't her and Sammy Guevara walk away with like some tag team championships though?
They are the new mixed tag team champions from AAA. Major heat, major heat. You know what I'm saying? And it translates different. You know what I mean? Because over there, Jeff Jarrett popped up. It was a good show on AAA on Saturday. I
You
actually got
said
to see
you
it.
said Jade and the Baddies ain't doing it for you. Well, Sammy Guevara and fucking Ty Conti ain't doing it for me. So
Yeah. We talk about AEW. This is AAA. This is
yeah,
different. You know what I mean? It's totally different in the sense of they come and they're heels automatically because they're Americans. You know what I mean? And people don't like that. The fact that she's pretty. The problem with the Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti is the fact that this motherfucker literally got engaged to another girl on TV, and nobody famous. So people were like, "Wow, he's a stand-up dude." Next thing you know, he everything happened. So people don't forget that, and that's to me the biggest mistake they made by putting them together. You know what I
He
mean?
ain't lying. That's right.
So another thing that happened before we go in, uh, we got a new Bullet Club member.
新日本12年目にして初のシングル大会誰だおいなんだおい誰だこれグッドブラザーズ来たうわ
And as we see, that's the first time. The first time we see the Good Brothers back in New Japan in all these years. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was kind of like cool, but I was kind of sorry because Tama Tonga just won the open weight title, but he didn't get to celebrate it. You know what I'm saying?
新日本12年目にして初のシングル大会誰だ
Play to Johnny.
The video's too long, but we got one Juice Robinson as the new member of the Bullet Club, and that's pretty dope. Why is it trash, Michelangelo? Why is it trash?
it's Juice Robinson. Who the hell is Juice Robinson? I mean, I've seen him do stuff before, but that's not somebody else put him in there.
But what's the criteria?
Because he's not like anybody else is in the Bullet Club.
What are you talking about? Look at them. He
I
fits
am looking at
perfect
them.
if
I'm
you
just
ask
saying, I
me.
don't think he fits in personally.
But that's the thing. You don't have no basic fundamentals, or what you back up your statement.
He's lame. That's all I got.
To you, how is he lame? You
Just not
see,
into it.
you seen
Like,
the character he had, and he progressed and built himself up, and now he's a heel. You know what I'm saying? He's a heel. We haven't seen nothing but just that. You know what I mean? To me, that's dope because it gives him a new, a new coat of painting. For Juice Robinson.
They already have too many members as it is.
Man, like you wasn't in the NWO watching that shit growing up.
Didn't mean I liked every single one of the members in there.
Yeah, look at that, my man, right there. Thank you, Mr. Million Daddy Cool. That give you a better reason for it.
That's
right
about
there.
the only good thing he's doing right now.
Exactly, he's doing
That's the
that.
only good thing he's doing right now. The Bullet Club ain't got nothing to do with that.
The lotion and napkins over there, Michelangelo. My man is fucking Tony Storm. Come on, man. Put
That's
some
the only
respect
good
on the
thing.
man's
That's
name.
the only good thing he's doing. That's it.
Yeah, he's Bullet Club bound. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like I said, it's pretty dope. You know what I mean? For him to give it a different feel because he always been like the giddy, colorful guy or whatever. And nobody saw that coming, and it, like anybody was claiming for it. But I
And that's
like
the
it.
one
It's something
reason why I
different.
will never take him serious as a heel because he was the giddy guy before.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Oh, man.
Hogan was to take your vitamins, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and when he became a heel, he became the shit. Not to compare Hulk Hogan to Juice Robinson, but the same thing with Chris Bay. Chris Bay was always seen as, the good guy, the face. And when he turned heel, people didn't know how to take it. Took a few weeks. Now everyone's in love with it. We can go the same thing
Exactly.
with Prince Devitt.
Exactly.
The founder of the Bullet Club. You know what I'm saying? He was the guy who was once again the face. He was a face, but once he turned heel, a lot of people wasn't with it. They wasn't rocking with it. But then again, here we are all these years later, and Bullet Club is still strong and bigger than it's ever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
what's to
the
expect?
opportunity is there.
Like it's definitely something. I mean, to definitely keep your eyes open for. I mean, the same thing with Kenny Omega. Omega was the good guy with the Golden Lovers, for the longest.
They had a move. It was called the Golden Shower, my dude.
The
Yeah,
Golden
and I
Shower.
called them the Golden Shower
You know what I mean?
Boys.
You know what I mean? So look at what he has. So it's just a matter of time. Just let him marinate. You know what I'm saying? It might turn out to be something good. He might be somebody facing Okada. You know what I mean? It's just the booking. It's all about the booking. You know what I mean?
And then again, you gotta understand. Just a few weeks ago, he swerved up. Not even a few weeks. Just last week, he swerved up and said, "Oh, I'm not gonna re-sign with New Japan or whatever." And then we have this happen. So I think it was a cool move right there. You know what I'm saying? Like you had us
Hmm.
thinking that this was your last appearance with New Japan at this event, and then you joined the Bullet Club, which is the anti company trying to take it over. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. I just got to
I
see.
love.
I got to see where it end up.
Yeah, definitely.
I ain't gonna automatically shit on it, not yet. Because it's just a moment. But I'm a wait. I'm a wait. Medium Daddy Cool says, "Yo, Cheeks, I got love for you, but you got some balls to put the Bullet Club in the same sentence. Sample about the
What the
same
fuck you
thing."
what you mean? Bullet Club and NWO in the same sentence. Samples and original ain't the same. Where the NWO came from? JT, since you laughing over there, where the NWO
Yo,
originated from?
you
Japan.
mentioned it. You mentioned it wasn't.
So
Y'all
who the
mentioned
fuck
it.
are you? Who's the sample? Who's the original?
You're
Mr.
the
Medium Daddy Cool?
you're the one who said that wasn't I all over the NWO when they were out when I was a kid. So that's why he's bringing that up because we were talking about the Bullet Club. Then you transferred over to the NWO.
No, but I'm just what I was just saying because you was having your opinion of so many characters or so many members. You know what I mean? That's never been a
I
problem.
know, and that's why he's commenting on that right there.
I'm saying, but it don't make no sense. What do you mean, like commenting on what? I got some balls to put Bullet Club and NWO in the same sentence. What does that have to do with me saying about the members? You feel me? That's why I said, like, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. He probably, you know what I'm saying? Somebody lace your shit, boy. Pay attention. You know what I mean? That's all I said, the members. You know what I mean? You complaining about the members when the NWO had a member every other fucking week. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
Yeah, and
turned heel.
only certain amounts of them stood out, and that's what I was trying to get at. Like, I don't see him standing out as opposed to like the Good Brothers or
But
like
that's
fucking.
you. That's you. That's you. You don't see it. But that's the thing. Like, who the fuck do you ever beat?
Yeah, and who did Juice Robinson ever beat? I mean, like he was a tag team guy for like the longest time with what was his name? Yeah,
Finley.
Finley's son.
Yeah, and then they were great. They were great. You know what I mean? They put the belt for a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah, and my balls are big. Got big balls. You should know about that. Come on now.
Moving on from that. I mean, Rampage was solid.
Oh shit.
SmackDown really, to me, a little bit pissed off. Everyone knows why. Let's just go ahead and get to the main event of everything. You had a steel cage match. Blah 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 blah. We see who won the match. It was Drew McIntyre.
Just
Uh,
taking a shit on him.
And that's what it looked like, didn't it? Just drop it right down now.
Yeah.
You had Raquel Rodriguez, almost called it Gonzalez, successful inside her debut.
She looked great though. She looked great.
She looks like the same person, just with lighter makeup, basically. But she looks good in the ring. Of course, you had Woods with the backwoods once again. I don't know what they're doing there with this whole thing, but I did like the fact that we did see Rich Holland put, I want to say, he put the New Day through the announce table or table or some shit. Uh, the one thing that I did not like from that whole entire episode of SmackDown, the one thing I did not like was
lazy booking.
lazy booking indeed. This right here, my dude. This right here. He comes in, he gets the contract or whatever, and he balls it up and he puts it inside Riddle's mouth. He bought, you know what? I'm not gonna finish that statement. Just watch. Okay? Takes it and goes paper into mouth. Okay. You booked this for weeks. Unification of the tag team titles. And then here we are on SmackDown and hit us to the neuralizer, right? As Cheech would say. Like y'all to just spend weeks building this just to give us a 6-man tag at WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh, and the belt's not even on the line.
No.
And you basically emasculate them as champions.
This motion that Roman Reigns is doing right here is literally Vince in the back taking that match, balling it up, shoving it down our throats. You know what? I am not going to book this match until it's inside of a stadium. So I say that when they are going to finally book that match, it's going down at SummerSlam in Nashville, Cashville, Tennessee.
Wait.
There's more.
I like that, but I believe it might be. Remember, they're having a UK show in September. You feel me? Perhaps McIntyre could face Tyson Fury on SummerSlam. You know what I mean? And then, because it's the big talks, rumors. So, what better way to have McIntyre face Roman Reigns for the belt and taking the belt from Roman Reigns in the UK? Even if he drops it the next day or whatever, but that's a missing chance that, that they will definitely be, let go if they don't do it,
Okay, how you know?
I'm just saying. I don't know shit. I'm just saying.
4 weeks to build to
of
unify the
tag team titles for a 6-man tag. Look, bro, did you see the way they did us just now? Like, listen, exactly. Who books this crap? It was almost like they said, look, so this was for the pop off. We're going to go ahead and give y'all a whole month of a build, and then, Roman, you not ready to go yet? Made us a 6-man tag, Phil.
Damn.
Hit us with the neuralizer, Will Smith.
Like it never happened.
Exactly. So, SmackDown was basura just for that.
The unification is going to take away somebody's momentum, and either team should lose. They're both selling merch. Whoever loses, they'll look weak.
Okay. Here's the thing, Medium Daddy Cool. Okay. Chico. The Usos were going to win that match regardless. All right. Spoiler.
But they said there was going to be a major title change, though, at that pay-per-view.
On what? WrestleMania Backlash?
Yes. So what if it's not them and it is RK Bro that unified instead?
Well, that match is not happening anymore, so it don't even matter, number one. Number two, the major title change would have been going to the Usos regardless, just the way the storyline is built right now. It's all about the bloodline. They the ones, okay? They the ones right now, okay? They the ones. So with that being said, the only way that was going to play out was going to be the Usos coming on top, grabbing those titles or whatever, coming back to SmackDown and Raw, holding all of the gold minus the singles and all that stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're either going to hold that off for SummerSlam or hold it off for the UK show. Either way, they're not going to do that until they get the stadium. And when they do premium live events, that's when they're going to do those big title defenses, okay? Now, for the people that bought tickets to WrestleMania Backlash, I don't know what to tell you. Card subject to change.
Yeah, but definitely somebody.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Son gotta give shit.
I'm leaving it with something. But yo, I think we touched on everything. We touched on, we touched on everything from Raw, SmackDown, Impact, touched on a little bit New Japan, AAA. The only rumor news I want to go ahead and throw out there is just the Iconics are stepping away from the square circle and probably going ahead to start their acting careers. So, congratulations to them. Do what makes you happy at the end of the day. But El Cheech, I'm looking at my watch. Is that time?
Yeah, but real quick, when I saw the news of the inspiration, I was about to, but yeah, I think it's that time, right, Michelangelo?
It's that time.
Sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Definitely want to thank everyone for tuning in, rocking with us, and all that. Make sure you definitely follow everyone that we mentioned on this show today. But we got to leave y'all with those 2 PSAs. So as usual, per usual, listen, okay? Too much negativity can have you unbalanced mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Spread more positive vibes, okay? It takes very little to build someone up than it does to tear them down. Think about the logic in that message. It can be as easy as giving someone a compliment, doing a good gesture, or going to whatever.net, typing in Marks with Mikes, and going ahead and clicking on that positive vibe only apparel. Okay, you ain't got to get it for you. Get it for someone else who may be going through something. Whether they look down at that t-shirt, their tank top, the hoodie, the V-neck, okay, the baby onesie, them looking down at that message can be a positive reinforcement inside their mind to let them know trouble don't last always, okay? I'm so glad. And also, listen, COVID is still here, all right? It ain't going nowhere. It is back with a vengeance, back with another remix of the 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 remix. So with that being said, listen, we got to make sure we do this right and do it right also. Look, the best way to combat it is to start off with good hygiene. So we're going to need y'all to do a couple things. Okay, the first thing we need y'all to do is wash your hands. But most importantly, wash that ass, okay? Tell them what they got to use. Use soap.
Use soap, baby. You know how it is. But I'm just gonna go straight at it. Remember, it's from face to ass. Face to ass, not ass to face.
Okay. It's very simple. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Okay. Use soap. All right. And make sure you're doing it from face to ass, not ass to face. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here like last year. We were in here like swimwear. But on that note, we are out.
Yeah. We are out of here. And just like Bret Hart said to AEW, good night, guys. Sayonara.
Come on.